They say there's no such thing as bad publicity, and TikTok has no shortage of publicity. It's in the news non-stop. Search for clues about Putin's Ukraine plans turns to unlikely source. TikTok of sleep hack developed by the military to make you fall asleep in under 2 minutes goes viral. TikTok says it wants to educate users about the Holocaust. TikTok is an app with over a billion users and has been growing like wildfire. Launched in China in 2016, it opened up to the world in August of 2018 and has accrued over 2 billion downloads. It must be tempting to work at this tech unicorn, this rapidly growing social network. But is it worth it? Let's find out. Here's what TikTok employees had to say on Glassdoor.com. The worst company I have worked for, and I am an ex-FANG employee. Pros: passionate colleagues, diversity in backgrounds, interesting projects, top-tier legal and policy teams. People mean well. Cons: toxic culture, poor pay structure and review cycle framework, all-white HR leadership in EMEA, politics around growth and direction of TikTok growth, countless restructuring due to failed IPO plans. Advice to management: a very poor HR and leadership team in EMEA who are more concerned about politics than employee well-being. There's a reason why employees' average tenure here is 9 months. Having been an ex-FANG employee, okay, this is in reference to Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google FANG, it's easy to think the grass is greener, but if you're currently at Meta/Facebook or Amazon, I wouldn't move to this company. TikTok will unfortunately still be a massive success despite the sacrifice of good people. Proceed with caution. Eek! Counting down to the 1-year mark. This person is too afraid to reveal any details about themselves. Pros: it looks great on the resume and you learn about cool TikToks and trends. I'm in the GBS org, not in a sales role. Per diem for food, reimbursement, although the process is horrific, not even worth the money, and really sharp team members. Cons: it's messy, very messy. Things are moving so fast that there's little strategy, and you're encouraged to say yes to everything and everyone. No alignment amongst teams, so there are multiple groups working on the same thing and it can't be stopped. Join for the year and bounce. It's what a lot of people do. Look at former TikTok employees on LinkedIn and you'll see they're all there for a year and change. They're also adamant about returning to the office for 3 days a week, which is going to lead to a lot of exits. Pretend to care about employees, but it's just pure profit. Stay away. Cool sweatshirts, great resume builder, meal stipend and checks. That's about it. Cons: long time wasting internal meetings to hear leadership talk about how much they care about each and every employee, only to turn around and treat everyone the exact opposite. Insanely long hours, mainly due to extremely high sales goals, interrupted during the day by endless internal meetings, therefore requiring you to work late to get actual work done. No real process or structure. It's all a facade. Millions of internal documents for everything, but when it comes down to following the steps, it doesn't mean anything. Every day is an endless stream of panic and doom while we try to put out fires because all of a sudden the process changed, or yes, it says that, but what it actually means is, or pre-approvals are required, except in the end, they don't mean anything. Referral bonuses are not paid out. They will string you along for months and months, passing you around from team to team, and you won't get what is due to you. But miss a deadline for another stupid internal account plan, and they'll have your head. Constantly talk of the importance of mental health, but won't think twice about why everyone is struggling and miserable. Extra sessions of better help don't matter if we don't ever have time to step away from work. I literally hopped on a Zoom call with a coworker first thing in the morning last week and was met with this colleague in literal tears, sobbing that she just couldn't handle the stress anymore, and there was no point in escalating since her leaders were also just as miserable. Horrible company. Content moderator. These people must have post-traumatic stress disorder from the things they have to moderate on TikTok. Pros: there are no pros at all. Cons: the most horrible place to work for. Life balance is so poor, they schedule you to work 10 days with 1 day off on a shift 3 p.m. till midnight. They give you 3 different shifts in 1 week. 1 weekend off a month, you will mostly do 3 p.m. till midnight. No life whatsoever with this company. Absolute exploitation. Would be better off begging on street than working for this company. Salary is also very poor. Worst company I have ever worked for. Pros: the positive were the work from home allowance and team building allowance. Cons: I have never worked in a worse environment. The company completely lacks structure. Communication is really bad. There is no accountability. Processes are unclear. There is no transparency, etc. The company tricks people in the hiring process. Most people in high positions have no skills, but only got to such a high level from joining the company in its early days. The performance review system is a joke, where threats and blackmail are the norm. This place is a disgrace. I don't even understand how some of the things happening there have not been reported yet to the medias or in court. Kindergarten. Pros: good for your CV, networking opportunities, good snacks. That's it. I don't see a point why anyone would work there. Cons: no work-life balance. You're always supposed to be online. The volume of work is enormous because there's a shortage of people, and why to hire more if they can just expand your responsibilities? LOL. Half of the team is burnt out. Not competitive salary and no career development plan from your manager. TikTok clearly can't afford qualified staff, and internal promotions reflect favoritism. Ridiculous bonus system, conditions of which they conceal during salary negotiations. Bonus will depend on the last word of your manager. No support from managers. Toxic environment. Lots of attitude from incompetent people. Managers are constantly gaslighting. Your manager most probably won't know how to do elementary things, and you'll be constantly disrupted by ad hoc errands. All the team leadership in general is inexperienced. Embodies the Chinese principle of good enough to a fault. Pros: branding on your resume for better or for worse. Cons: extremely half-baked, filled with incompetence and people who shouldn't be tending to a Wendy's. Ouch. Toxic. Pros: great company to have on your resume. Progressive on DEI, diversity, employment initiatives, is that what it is? Culturally relevant. Cons: where do I start? Absolutely no strategy around growth, which leads to arbitrary and unattainable goals, followed by extreme employee burnout. You will be online all day, every day. While there isn't a written expectation of this, employees are so overworked that it's not unusual to get a ping from a coworker in a local time zone at 2 a.m. Structure for approvals and process forces people to always be online, if not, the work will stop. And you cannot be the one causing that, even if you're on vacation. The expectation is to be online should any urgent requests or approvals come through. TikTok's culture is centered around selling you on the opportunity of working for the biggest platform and tech company in the world. With that comes a culture of gaslighting and dismissing employee concerns and general unhappiness. Compensation is not competitive. Normal increases are 3%, which can happen anywhere from 12 to 18 months of working there with no stock refreshes. Zero growth opportunities in terms of leveling. If you want to get promoted to a higher level, you have to present your case to a panel. Juice, not worth the squeeze. Pros: great opportunity for candidates with irrelevant / little / no experience looking to work for a platform or leveling up from a lower role at a competitor. TikTok unable to pay competitive wages to attract experienced lateral talent from competitors. TikTok is currently the bright / shiny platform. Lots of excitement in the media. Cons: pay is not competitive, and pay adjustments are uncommon / inadequate. TikTok considers a 3% annual increase very generous, and promotions carry small increase. Work is a grind, no work-life balance. Leadership does not address employee issues. We're looking into it, is the response to every issue / concern, and perpetuated for months / years to no avail. Culture has taken a big hit this past year, most attributed to our US GM. All product development and decisions are made in China, with very little influence from US teams. Product teams in the US are feedback messengers and don't actually build or make any decisions. TikTok constantly leverages its status as the hottest app as rebuttal for all internal issues and complaints. Disgusting culture. Pros: very, very hard to find one. I would say working from home, but in the end it's not a benefit since they already said return to the office and will happen ASAP and mandatory. Cons: well, I could write a book. Low salary compared to competitors. Currently they pay vendors rate even though people are directly hired. Absolutely no opportunities for growth. There is no internal job positions whatsoever. Once you want to progress, HR tells you to look for positions on TikTok careers website and compete with external people. Wow. And it gets worse. If you manage to get a higher position, you will not get a salary increase. Let's say, for example, you apply for a project management position and you get it. Your salary will remain the same. However, if they hire an external person for this project management position, this person will definitely have a higher salary, though still not competitive compared to other companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. P.S. I am not even sure if this is legal in Ireland. All in all, avoid at all costs. If you work for a vendor and consider TikTok to be a step up, think again. If you already work for a respectable company and consider TikTok to be on the same level, laugh it off and continue with your day. If you have worked at TikTok or a similar company, let us know in the comment section. And as always, subscribe for more.